Welcome to today's episode where we're diving into the transformative world of human and organizational performance, or HOP for short. I'm here with our special guest, a safety engineer who had an eye-opening journey toward redefining safety in the workplace. Let's call him Possum Bob, after his legendary transformation from a safety cop to a proactive leader. Bob, can you tell us what HOP means?
Absolutely. HOP is primarily about changing the way we think about safety and organizational performance. It emphasizes understanding human behavior and the contexts in which people operate at work. Instead of just addressing what happens when things go wrong, we focus on how to improve processes and conditions to promote safe and effective work.
That sounds profound. Previously, you found yourself in a role where you felt like a safety cop. Can you share what that experience was like for you?
Well, it was quite challenging. I was heavily focused on compliance, making sure people followed rules, completing audits, and reporting any infractions. The irony was, the more I acted like a cop, the more distant I became from my coworkers. They loved me as a person, but dreaded my presence when it was time to enforce rules. It created a disconnect. They even developed code phrases to warn each other about my arrivals.
That's such an interesting metaphor. It's critical to foster a connection with your team, yet there you were, ironically distancing yourself from your colleagues. What was the turning point that made you seek a different approach?
The turning point came after a disappointing environmental safety review. We were working hard, yet seeing little progress in our safety metrics. That's when a corporate safety leader introduced us to HOP. It was a game changer. It looked beyond mere compliance and challenged us to rethink safety as a shared goal.
So how did your perception of safety change after you began your HOP training?
Initially, I felt challenged. HOP taught me that punishing infractions was not the way to achieve operational excellence. Instead, it urged me to focus on understanding why mistakes happen in the first place. It promotes a culture of learning and improvement rather than one of blame. The more I listened, the more I realized I had been constraining my team's potential by trying to enforce a rigid set of rules.
Wow, that must have been an enlightening realization. What would you say are the key takeaways from your journey into HOP?
First, adopt a mindset of curiosity instead of compliance. Foster an environment where team members feel safe to voice concerns and share mistakes. Second, recognize that people are not the problem, rather the systems and conditions in which they work should be improved. Finally, collaboration is key. Involve everyone in the conversation about safety to truly create a safer workplace.
Thank you for that insightful discussion, Possum Bob. It's been a pleasure learning about how shifting perspectives on safety can enhance not just compliance, but also workplace culture. We hope our listeners take these lessons to heart. Embrace curiosity, empower your teams, and remember that safety is a shared journey.